afternoon, folks, and welcome to another episode of We're Not Joking Around. Today, we're going to be talking about the theories of laughter.
Well, hold on there, Brian. Before we can begin talking about laughter, we should probably cover the source of laughter first. I'm talking about jokes, of course, what they are and why we tell them.
Right you are, Annalika. Okay, so what exactly are jokes? Well, according to German philosopher Theodor Lipps, a joke is something comic which we produce, which is attached to action of ours, and the joke teller is always the subject and never the object.
So, why do people choose to tell jokes to begin with? According to Freud, individuals choose to tell jokes for 3 different reasons.
First, we tell jokes to give us proof that our joke is in fact successful and funny.
Secondly, we tell jokes for the pleasure that we get when we see another person laugh or react at something funny that we have said.
A man walks into a bar. Ouch.
You get it?
Because he walked into a bar.
How?
Finally, we retell jokes that we've heard from someone else, because even though we don't get the satisfaction from creating the joke ourselves, we replace the pleasure with an audience's appreciative reaction.
So, now on to theories of laughter. Well, what does that even mean? We laugh because something is funny, and laughter is laughter, right? Well, that's not entirely true. There are actually multiple theories of laughter which were developed in the early 18th century, starting in 1905, when Sigmund Freud published his study, Jokes and Their Relation to the Unconscious. During this time, people began to appreciate jokes and humor as a valuable field of study. When understood, these theories can help us explain why a particular joke or situation is found humorous as opposed to boring, awkward, or even upsetting.
Over time, there have come to be 4 generally accepted theories of laughter: the superiority theory, the incongruity theory, the psychic release theory, and the repression theory.
Exactly. Well, the superiority theory uses Albert Rapp's 1951 idea that all laughter comes from one person, or even a group of people, dominating another person or a group. Building off of this, jokes can occur in 3 ways. There are jokes that make fun of those more powerful than the joke teller.
Have you ever noticed how campus safety walks around campus with their walkie-talkies and their Bluetooths like they're part of the CIA?
Yeah, somebody should tell them that they're just watching after a bunch of spoiled college kids.
There are jokes that make fun of those less powerful than the joke teller.
Hey, did you see me giving that tour today?
Yes. They were all ugly and I wouldn't want to hook up with any of them. Thank goodness I'm graduating next month.
And finally, there are jokes where the joke teller makes fun of himself or of herself.
Yo, I crushed that test. How'd you do, son?
Not so well, man.
Got a 69 though.
Oh,
So fucking stupid.
So Freud tells us that in the case of jokes where the joke teller pokes fun at him or herself, the audience members laugh because they can recognize their own feeling of superiority over that of the joke teller.
The second theory of laughter is the incongruity theory. German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer argued that people laugh when they are confronted with experiences that are unusual or unexpected and have 2 different points of view that are juxtaposed.
So, you nervous for tomorrow at all? Oh yeah, super nervous. I hope I hit my first home run. Yeah, I bet you do. Just, make sure you use some protection. Oh, will do, friend. Not that kind of protection.
There is also the psychic release theory. The psychic release theory maintains that people laugh at scenarios or situations that have stimulated our fears. Laughter follows when our fears are relieved. Sympathetic pain is the only thing that can hold back the fundamental human reaction of laughter. Physical comedy is a perfect example of this type of theory.
The last theory of laughter is Freud's repression theory. The repression theory tells us that we laugh at things that society tells us to repress. Childish bodily functions fall under category of repression theory. As Albert Rapp stated, it is not about sex or anatomy or anatomical functions, but is the atmosphere of restraint.
Yeah. You just shit your pants, man?
Yeah.
Word.
You may be asking yourself, what is the point of understanding these theories of laughter? Well, comprehension of these theories can help explain an audience's reaction to a joke or a situation where people are laughing.
The audience may be laughing because they feel superior to the joke teller, or because their fears have been relieved, or even because they just witnessed an inappropriate bodily function. Or they may in fact be laughing at a combination of all three.
For all you future comedians out there, just remember, your audience doesn't need to know which theory they're laughing in response to, just as long as you keep them laughing. Thanks for joining us on another episode of We're Not Joking Around. We'll see you again next week.
But seriously though, we're not joking around.